you've got 10 seconds to click that subscribe button, or I'm going to make sure that Wuthering Waves gets delayed. I'm watching you. You better be clicking right now. What's good, losers? So today I thought I might try my best at giving informative information to you guys for Wuthering Waves. I know, not drama, not some terrible, piss take, but actual informative information. So I thought I'd take a look at the system requirements to running Wuthering Waves, and I think I found something that kind of concerns me a little bit, but we're going to talk about it today. And fair warning, if my voice sounds kind of different today, it's because I literally just rolled out of bed to make this video, so I'm sorry. So we are officially 10 days away from the release of Wuthering Waves, and honestly, it can't come quick enough. Considering Wuthering Waves has come out a number of years after the release of Genshin Impact, there's no wonder that the system requirements are a little bit higher. But after taking a look at the requirements, it concerns me a little bit that a lot of people aren't going to be able to run this game optimally on mobile, but we'll get into that later. But do not fear, my friends, because apparently, according to the system requirements, it's pretty easy to run on PC. Personally, I always hate the whole minimum versus recommended specifications when it comes to these things, as anything below recommended, you're probably going to play it on a far lower setting and have kind of a subpar kind of video experience, but still definitely playable. Also, guys, before I bloody continue, okay, I am not Linus Tech Tips, okay? I do not know what I'm talking about half the time, although I'm pretty clued into, PC culture and PC lingo. I've been doing this for, over a decade, but, don't come for me, okay, if I say something wrong. I beg, okay? With that being said, Kuro Games recommend you run Wuthering Waves with at least an RTX 2060 that came out at the beginning end of 2019. But if you do not have an RTX 2060, then do not fret, because the minimum requirements say that you only need to have a GTX 1060, which came out midway through 2016. It's pretty well known that games like Genshin Impact tend to be more CPU intensive than GPU intensive, and this is definitely reflected in Wuthering Waves too. For Intel users, the recommended specifications to have is at least an i7 9th gen CPU, but for minimum, you're looking at an i5 9th gen. Now, both of these came out at the tail end of 2018, so considerably more recent than the GPU requirements. And don't worry, I'm not going to ignore AMD users either. For recommended settings, you're going to be looking to having at least an RX 5700 XT with a Ryzen 3700 CPU. So again, we're looking at the 2018 to 2019 sort of release date. And for minimum system settings, you're looking at a Ryzen 2700 and an RX 570. But we all know that these gacha games are marketed towards mobile players the most. Just take the stats from Genshin Impact, for example. The game has had over 139 million downloads on the Google Play Store. That is absolutely insane. It has 10 million daily players and around 65 million monthly players. For iOS users, the absolute minimum recommended device to have is an iPhone 11. However, the recommended device to have to play Wuthering Waves on iOS is an iPhone 13. For Android users, the minimum recommended processor to have is a Snapdragon 835. This includes devices such as a Samsung Galaxy S8, Essential Phone, Google Pixel 2, a Xiaomi Mi 6, and a Sony Xperia XZ Premium. And for the recommended settings, you're looking to want a device that has a Snapdragon 8 processor, with Gen 1, Gen 2, or Gen 3 variants. I gotta say that these recommended mobile settings are a lot higher than what we're used to for, say, Genshin Impact. I think we've all been there before when we've tried to play a mobile game that probably our device isn't equipped to run, and it's quite a miserable experience, especially for a game like Wuthering Waves, where it's super important to be on time with your attacks. I think we're gonna have to wait and see just how different the performance is from minimum to recommended specifications before we can come to any solid conclusions on what performance might look like. I'm curious to know if you're concerned about these recommended system settings, so leave a comment below what you think. Of course, our main objective is to spread the Wuthering Waves agenda far and wide and to have as many people play this game as possible. But these recommended mobile settings do kind of put me on edge a little bit, as not everyone can afford or have such an updated phone. And I gotta say, I'm quite concerned about someone might having a phone that doesn't quite meet the system requirements, playing Wuthering Waves, and then complaining that their performance isn't that great, and therefore, review bombing the game. But again, this is all speculation, okay? This is all totally speculation, and nothing is set in stone just yet, so we shouldn't, worry too much about this. Okay, so I found some footage from Water Games running Wuthering Waves on mobile, and they're using an ROG Phone 3 with a Snapdragon 865 Plus processor with 12 gigabytes of RAM, which is a lot, okay? So this is definitely a phone that meets the minimum system recommendations, so let's take a quick look at how mobile looks real quick. As expected, the character models and designs do not lack at all, even on the mobile version. They look so good. Like, I'm just so excited to play this game already because these characters look absolutely amazing. I do have to say though that I'm a little bit concerned about the number of buttons on the screen. Alright, there's a lot going on here and I feel like we're gonna get carpal tunnel playing this game on mobile, I'm not gonna lie. So I do hope there's a little bit of customizability to these button placements because we might be in for some, hand pains here. And here we have some compact gameplay, and it's clear that the performance isn't dropping off at all. We're getting consistent frames, and everything looks really, really good. But again, bear in mind, this is a device that meets the system requirements and has 12 gigabytes of RAM, which will do this phone like a lot of benefit. I just can't stop looking at the number of buttons on this screen. Like, I just know for a fact that we're gonna be fat fingering this fuck like crazy. Like, it's gonna be insane. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to like the open world traversal in this game. Like, it looks so fun. God, every time I keep looking at these videos, I just get the urge to play the game. Like, can it be the 22nd already? Because I'm so damn excited to play this game. But again, as we get into combat here, we're not seeing any drop in performance, and the game still looks absolutely amazing. Like, oh, all these abilities look so cool. Like, I need her. My gosh. Okay, I'm just putting this out there. This is a PSA to anyone making like mobile Wuthering Waves content and like putting it out on the internet. Please, for the love of everything holy, put your system specifications in the description or at least in the comment, okay? It's all well and good being like, oh, here's my mobile gameplay, but tell us like what you're running it on. That's what everyone wants to know. Like, just, it's so easy. Just put your specifications in the description. Oh my god, I'm going crazy. Like, literally every video I watch of like mobile Wuthering Waves gameplay has all the comments asking, yo, can I run it on this? What do you run it on? And there's no information given on like the video creator on like what they were running the game on. Like, why? While we're all observing this beautiful gameplay, I just want to give a massive thank you to people who have subbed in the last day. I really much appreciate it. Remember to go follow my Twitch because I'm going to be streaming Wuthering Waves when it comes out and we're going to have a damn good time with that game, okay? We're going to go crazy style on it. It's going to be amazing. And don't forget to, check out my Twitter. I'm mainly an artist and editor. So if you like comics, if you want cool art, or if you want like any art done, I'm happy to make some cool stuff for you. So I'll see you on my Twitter. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the pre-registration process and like, showcase that to you guys and how easy it is and what do you get from doing it. And also maybe showcase the pre-registration rewards because honestly, it's pretty damn cool. And I think, what is it? They just passed like 30 million pre-registrations, which is absolutely like insane. Like, that's an insane number. 30 million? Oh my god, we're in for such a good time on the 22nd. Like, again, please, we need this game to come out, okay? We are so ready. The community is so ready and prepared. Let's fucking go, gamers. Let's fucking play the shit out of this. So once again, thank you for stopping by. Remember to hit the subscribe button, and I'm gonna see you very, very soon.